It was a funny story. I went to Trio one day to check on something with them, and Miss Harris, she was like, are you going to the Esley meeting? I'm like, what's Esley? So she gave me the flyer, and I ended up showing up that same day. And ever since then, I've been stuck like glue. My experience with Esley has been amazing. They've taught us a lot. We've learned things dealing with public speaking, resume building, and trying to get internships and working alongside others. And we just implemented all those skills through all the workshops and stuff we've been doing over the semester. I learned that a leader could look like anybody and could be anybody. You just gotta get to know people and be able to work with whoever when you're trying to be a leader, because you can't lead and not be a good person. So with Esley, I feel like that taught me how to be a better person and become a better leader for the people around me.
I first became aware of Esley through Mr. Bennett and Mr. Dorsey. I had come to the university after spending 20 years in quality management in the manufacturing sector. Before going home to retire, I felt like I had not fulfilled the purpose that I was put on earth to do, and I wanted to come and have an impact on the generation that was coming behind me. I started at the university in the Office of Career Services as job developer, which that did not satisfy the desire I had because I was not working with students. I wanted to be a mentor because I felt that there were things that I had learned during my career that I could pass on to students who were about to make that transition from college to the workplace. And I could share my experiences with them along with my mistakes so that they would be better prepared to make that transition.
You could let them tell it. When I first came in, I probably wasn't talking much. I was very shy. Anytime we had to do an exercise, I would do it, but it's just like, I don't know y'all, and I'm shy, so it's like I'm kind of being reserved. But as we did more exercises and just putting myself out there more, it just got easier. And I still am shy, but I don't let that hold me back anymore. So I feel like that is something I could definitely give Esley credit for, because I'm not afraid to put myself out there anymore. I'm still a shy girl, but I'm still a genuine good person. So I understand if I put myself out in these new spaces, what can come from that. So it's just all about doing it. So yeah, we were doing an exercise where we were doing a roadmap to our life, and we were writing it down, and then we each one by one went and told the roadmap of our life. And I remember Dr. Richards, she was just being very open, and she shared some stuff with us that I was kind of shocked that she shared with us. So it was okay, she being open. I feel like when my turn come around, I could be open. And as we kept going, Dr. Cheatham, she did the same thing. And I remember she was crying with hers. I was like, I'm not gonna cry with mine. It's cool. Everybody just being open. When my time come around, I'm gonna be open as well. And just with that exercise, I was looking back through stuff that I had never really said out loud. So when I finally did get to say it out loud, I was like, oh. And then I found myself crying, but I didn't feel shamed or nothing. It just felt like it was an open space, and everybody was still you did good. We love to hear that. So that was a good experience for me.
My experience is me getting to learn new things about being more professional. So it was one event I can remember very well. It was a dinner that we was at, and the woman taught us how to properly put our forks and knives together to let the waitress know at least when to pick up our plates, or when to get up when a lady gets up and all that things. And that's really what stuck out to me when I started being in the Esley group. The first day, it was a little nerve-wracking because I'm not used to being around new people and new groups and stuff. So it was kind of nerve-wracking, and it was kind of anxiety pop a lot. So I didn't really say nothing that day. I just went to the meeting, and I was like, okay, I really messed with it. I'm gonna have to let me, grow in there. And I grew a lot in there. And then compared to my last, it was like I've really known them people for all my life. And it's really good to be around those type of people.
In the role of development and growth, my job is to curate a space that is engaging but also interactive for the students. With our students and leaders today, everything is not as it was when I was growing up or becoming a initial leader at the time. So with our students, we aren't, or they aren't PowerPoint or very sit down type of people. They like to be interactive. They want to know what to do. They're very hands-on. So in creating workshops and different fundamentals we do within the program, I try to make all activities and engagement workshops, all activities interactive and engaging. As far as mentoring and achieving professional growth, based on, leadership at the time, I feel as though my impact was selecting the different topics or ideas that were being presented. For example, one workshop was the leader within. Another workshop was dinner etiquette. So with that, those type of things, students can carry on with them or use within themselves and any further endeavors they plan to do. The advice I would give to future leaders would be yourself. Leadership isn't perfect. And when you create your path of leadership, make sure you're passionate about what you do and don't let others define you, define yourself.
Having Dr. Richards, Dr. Cheatham, and Tim lead and talk is one thing, but when you have the mentors leading from the front, especially like when they do the icebreakers, it's a professional comedy, if you will, because it's lighthearted, but to see peer leaders leading us also is kind of like, okay, we can do it. We could take that step, but it's in those moments, it's kind of like, okay, it's not that bad. It's just one step forward. So I don't think we go to the auditorium in the business building that often, but Drea came and we walked in, we sat down, it's a workshop. So everybody got business casual on. Drea walking around not knowing who she was. She got on like sweat jumper type outfit with like a little fur vest. And she walked around saying hey to everybody. I'm like, oh, this must be a new student. It's our first time. Okay, cool, da 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 da. And I was like, all right, guys, we're about to start. And she goes to the front. I'm like, oh, she the workshop leader. All right, cool. And then did not know that she was a poet. Hats off to her for being a poet, like she can rap. But that was the day we did our leadership, finding out who you were, where you're north, south, east, west, your actual personality as leader. We took the quiz, and that day, seeing where everybody went, I was like, I wouldn't have never guessed that was your personality type because of the way you act during or conduct yourself during the sessions, which isn't a bad thing because a world with everybody alike is boring. It is, but seeing the highs and lows of everybody, like who are the bossy people, who are the extremists, who's the ones that want to live by the rules, who are the free spirits, like seeing that. But that day was such a highlight for Esley, I think. And again, it's everything you do brings us closer together, but I think it was such a professional, walls down moment in the public eye. Like everyone got to see something that you don't normally get to see. Because we take time to actually like, oh, well, this is what I like to do, this is what I like to do, that, da da da. But when you're taking the test and it's actually showing you, hey, this is kind of where you reside, and then like seeing those unlikely minds come together because the way the people ended up where they were, it was a lot of people that never even like spoke to each other. So on that day, it was transcendent for the program and for the people. And then like also what was good about that day was when we came back together, she allowed us to focus on, she said, tell us about your dreams. She said, tell me what you want to do when you leave here. Don't just tell me about how you are as a person, what you study. Where do you want to be when you step away from here? And hearing people's dreams and actually what they want to do. There's a lot of entrepreneurs in Esley also. So seeing worlds collide, it was like, hey, after graduation, hit me up because we actually can make something shake. Don't take the program lightly, and don't write the program off. The program can be beneficial and useful to you, and you can be beneficial and useful to the program because it's a two-way street, not just for the fellows or the mentees or the mentors or the sponsors. It's a whole collective, because also Esley provides that in-house productivity career field that most people don't know about. And it's a wholesome, healthy environment. It's not, like I said, it's not a one-sided environment, but anybody that's willing to give Esley a try, just submit to the program and let it work for you. Don't try to go against the grain or make it fit like this. Don't compare it to something else because you're used to it being something else. Allow the program to operate in its own lane, in its dynamic, and go with that and see what you can get from it. Yeah, it's cute to have it on your resume for once you graduate and stuff like that, but if you actually allow the program to help develop you and build you, you will see the 360 turnaround even before the year is over, because you never know who's on the other side of the door and you never know who's sitting right next to you. Because that could be your business partner sitting right there, you know? I mean, you could be the next mentor. You never know what it is, but just allow the program to just help you and empower you.